about business? Ask Dani. What do you need to know? Ask Dani. Will you ask Dani? Dani, Dani. Will you ask Dani? Dani, Dani. Will you ask Dani?
My name is Keya, Artistically Neal, and I am with the Color Culture, and we are from Crofton, Maryland. My specialty is color education. My specialty is bringing together stylists that want to pursue a career in color. And we offer an educational hub. We offer support and mentorship and coaching to those that want to advance in the color industry. Right now we're working on our hands-on classes. We're working on that nationally. Also, we're doing a summer program called the Summer School, and we're going to be doing a series of interactive look and learns. But we also have a big event coming up called Culture Camp, which is in April, the 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's a 3-day retreat, but we're going to do nothing but color. So we're going to have extensive theory, extensive hands-on, and we have a lot of other guest artists coming that are going to just pour into us and take us to the next level.
Now, Keya, I know you are so passionate about what you do. Where does that passion come from?
Oh my goodness, Dani, it comes from the fact that I've been a stylist for 23 years and I've been a lover of color for maybe 12. But what I realize is, as an educator, I meet a lot of stylists that just don't know about color. And we're missing out. Color is a lucrative service. And the reality is a lot of people are just missing out on that. So I want to bring the information to them to cure them of the fear of doing color and to just broaden their perspective. So really what I do is I bring this big elephant of information and I chop it up into small pieces so that they can take it, you know what I'm saying? And I want them to be able to experience the full benefit of learning and knowing how to do color. And so the Color Culture was born to give them that information. But not only give it to them, but to encourage it and keep it going and keep the fire lit amongst them by connecting them to other people and to a group that shares their work. They get to ask questions, we support each other, and then they just simply get coaching and mentoring. So it's a really good organization to be a part of if you really want to be able to do color.
Now, I know you talked a little bit about your culture camp. What are some things that people can actually expect to receive from you?
Okay, so the Culture Camp, see, when the hands-on, we do it all day. It's like 8 hours of non-stop training. In Culture Camp, instead of having a few hours, we have the theory the entire day. So we go from the basic, like it's almost like color for dummies, if you will. And we go from the basic and we take it all the way to advanced technology and information. But not only as myself, as an educator, we have the owner of Artistically, which is the color line that I choose. And it's also, they're supporting the group. They're supporting the event, so they're coming down and they're actually doing a great portion of the education as well. We also have someone that's doing Kolour Rodknock. He's actually coming to do some of his 3D and just showing a few of his techniques for the hands-on portion. We also have a young lady named Danielle Jackson. She's actually the manager at the Robert Andrews Salon and Spa in Crofton because they're $1 million salon. So we kind of know the ins and outs of how do you run $1 million, what does that even look like? Like from the front office, from the front door, like the nuances, the customer service, the online bookings or the pricing. They can learn about how to schedule. Yeah. That's a big issue that targets some of us as a community, as a culture. We don't necessarily have the ins and outs. We're not running our business as streamlined. And you yourself would know that having the business of it all is important. So not only are we going to take the theory and the hands-on, but we're giving the business as well. Branding. Rashia Burrell, the wonderful founder of the BBBE, is coming, and she's going to do branding, how to really work with your Facebook and social media and purging some of that junk and getting them to where sometimes it's just a click of the button that makes you more visible. And so she kind of knows the ins and outs of how to really market yourself and how to push yourself into being an actual colorist. Because that's what it's really about. If you understand who you are, then you can project that onto other people and then they see you as that too.
Yeah.
So logo, websites, they're going to get everything in one. So we're really going deep. We're going
now,
in.
I know about the Culture Camp. What exactly is, I know this year has been really busy at the beginning of the year for you because I've been kind of following you.
Okay.
I've been at some events also that you've been at.
Yes.
what are some other things towards maybe the end of the year? Like I've been seeing certain things. Are you doing continuing education classes? Because I've been seeing you in other salons.
You know what? I'm really looking into doing CEU hours. That's next, is to get the classes qualified for CEU in other states.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest things I'm doing. But I'm also joining up with other cosmetologists, other educators to bring things like Culture Camp, but maybe adding more variety to the events. So I'm doing a couple of Premiere. I'm actually going to do Premiere. I'm going to do mentorship program with Denise Michelle. But I also think I want to do another Culture Camp, but I want to do it for the barbers.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be interesting. I want to do a barber edition because I feel like, you know, they're doing a lot of color, the barbers, and they're not really as versed sometimes, and it's kind of hit and miss. So I really want to give them some education. So that's going to be next. So they got to look out for that. And then just keeping up with the spiritual side of things. I know you came to like the Color Connect.
Yes.
That's been a huge success for us doing that because it allows stylists to acknowledge what it is that they want out of their life. And it gives them an opportunity to say that verbally and write it down. And they also get to deal with themselves. Is what is it that's holding you back from achieving those things? So that doesn't really have anything to do with color, but because the color culture has a drawing or an attraction to people, people come and they open themselves up to the possibility that they can improve and they can have what they want. So we do things on a spiritual level as well, just to keep people mentally in tune with what it is that they're trying to do. So, you know, it's all relevant.
So I know you're available for these events, but do you actually do one-on-one classes?
I actually, glad you mentioned that. So I do one-on-ones. So I have people that come from all over and they'll do a day with me or 2 days. We really tailor the curriculum to you. So where you are is where I meet you. And I take you up to as much as you can consume in 1 day or 2. So if whatever it is you want to learn, we stay there until you get it. So everything is at your pace. So I do one-on-ones and I also do semi-private classes. Now sometimes when I'm going out state to state, we might have a dozen. I still try not to go over about a dozen because I really want to keep those intimate. But a semi-private usually is smaller than that. It's like 6 or less.
Okay.
And that also gives people an opportunity to learn in an environment that's conducive to them getting it all out and being comfortable. You know, that's a big thing, making people comfortable about saying, hey, I don't know. I find that a lot of stylists won't come to classes because they don't want the next stylist to know they don't know. And that's crazy to me, but
and I love what you said about meeting someone where they are at.
Yes.
Because a lot of times things can be over someone's head.
It can be.
Or they may have experience or even, you know, done a certain technique, but they want to go to the next level.
See, the thing is, it's always the small pieces that hinder us. It's like building a bike. If you leave out one screw, one spoke, it's that one thing that might take the whole thing and it not work. And then you realize it was that one thing somebody said. That's why I encourage people, whether you're seasoned, whether you're an educator, I take classes, I have a mentor, I get coaching.
Yes.
Because it's always that one something somebody says, you go, you know what, if I had just did this, that made it's like a light bulb moment. And that's what I live for. I live for the light bulb and the ahas, like, now I got it. Because it's usually the smaller things that are holding us back from a full understanding. So wherever you are, I want to find out what that is. If it's in the infant stage, no problem. We go from there and we build on that and we go. But 9 times out of 10, if a person doesn't understand algebra, it's because they didn't understand 2 plus 2, 2 times 2, 2 minus 2. Right. It was something along the way that they missed or have some confusion on, and then it just opens up everything else, and then it all flows. So that's what I love about what I do, is that I have a great patience for that. I have a grace for that. You know what I mean? I love people that really want to learn, and when you want to learn, they say when you want to learn, the teacher will come. And so I'm always there, and I'm always available if you really want to learn. So that's really how the color culture is born. They will seek me. They will seek me. Because I'm going to tell you, it's not the people that's always interacting with me a lot on social media. Girl, that's nice. I'm coming to your class. They're usually not the ones that come. The ones that come are the ones that silently say, can I get an invoice? Where is it going to be? Let me just pay. And you know what? Those people inbox me and they tell me about what they want to do, and I'm pouring into them. A lot of the action goes on outside the front page. Like, it's always in the back office. It's always the back office, and I leave that open because I want to be able to engage with people and keep the communication. So when they say, how much is your class? I immediately say, email me. Let me email you, because I want to establish a communication. This is not as commercial as sometimes education can be. And I'm not knocking it, but everybody is an educator now. And we're so saturated with it that it's hard to figure out where you're really getting really good information and not just niche stuff. You know, some information is niche. I learned to do this one technique, so I'm gonna teach this one technique. I want people to get the core. I want people to be able to make up their own techniques because they understand the core of it.
The meat and potato.
It doesn't matter if you know how to, melt, if you don't know how to do a basic highlight, if you don't know the basic principle of permanent color. So not to get off subject, but core or niche.
Well, you are definitely a color expert, and I just want you to let people know how they can reach you.
Well,
how can they actually get in contact for not just your actual classes, but also just to stay connected.
Stay connected, absolutely. When you get ready to reach out to me, you can reach me at www.colorculture.com. It's on everything. You can't miss me. Keya_artistically on Instagram. Periscope, we're at Color Culture. Twitter, we're at Color Culture. Everything's consistent. If you Google Color Culture or Keya Artistically, you're going to find me. Email me, info@colorculture.com. If you need to call me, make it good though, 240-343-KEYA. But make it good. Have a good reason to call me now, or just say hi and you want to pray for me.
Excellent. But I just thank you, and I just know that you are going to make a huge impact on this industry.
I'm hoping. Thank you for having me, Daddy. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Love this hair. We're going to put some color in there.
I know it.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, tag, and share.